Hello everyone and welcome to 4D Systems Introduction to NX Video 2, Sketching 1, Basics, Shapes, and Lines. In this video we're going to show you some sketching basics, how to lay out a part, how to get into the sketch task environment, and some simple shapes we're going to go over, as well as lines and arcs, and working within the sketch environment itself. So here you can see we have the example part open from video 1 where we covered the basic user interface. If you guys haven't seen that and need some help with that, then go ahead and check that video out. So to open the sketch task environment, we have to go to the sketching area over here on the home tab. Create a sketch, there's that button right there. And in order to create a sketch, you need some basic information. So you have different options here. You can sketch on a plane or on a path, and then if you have a part existing, you can actually sketch with it onto that part if you have a flat plane on it. Because there's nothing in here, we're going to just go ahead and sketch on a plane here. Select the plane of the datum coordinate system, and go ahead and open it up. It'll automatically orient your view to be planar, because a sketch is a 2D object, it will only be on that planar object. You can manipulate the view to see it in 3D space as well, but just to make it easy, it brings it right into your planar view, whatever you selected. So the sketching mode is a different mode than your modeling modes or your assembly modes because it's 2D. So you can see up here now we have a few more sketching options, as well as the option to finish the sketch. So once we're done with the sketch, we have to hit finish sketch before we can save the part or work on any other modeling features. It's a sort of separate task within the modeling function. So here we're going to be able to show some simple shapes we can make. So we're going to actually start with lines and arcs. So if you want to make a simple line, you can select line here. You can select specific parameters if you know your exact dimensions of the line you want, or you can go X, Y, and place your line wherever you'd like. So you go first click. You don't have to click and drag, you just do first click and second click, and you can see here I have some snaps set up. So by default, NX will be set that it will constrain your pieces, your lines and sketches based on information that it assumes. So it's assuming this is a vertical line or a horizontal line, and it snaps to that and creates a constraint of vertical or horizontal. So let's go ahead and make a vertical line, and I'll show you that. So here you can see it's got auto dimensioning is on. We can shut that off, but it's this way you can create driven dimensions immediately from these auto-generated dimensions. And then you can see there's a vertical constraint with that little bar going vertical. So with that, it means that the line we created, we can't make it angled. We can only move it in space in a vertical dimension. If you'd like, you could delete that constraint. You can shut off the auto constraints, or you can just create a line at an angle, and that way you can drag that at any angle you'd like and set that angle with the dimension here. If we'd like to make a complex shape using multiple line segments, you can use a profile. So the profile allows you to just keep clicking to keep selecting different line selections here, and it'll again assume constraints as well. So you can see it assumes a vertical or horizontal constraint here, and it put them all together into a simple shape. With the arc feature, we're able to do arcs by a few different methods. We can do center and end points, or 3 points. So with 3 points, you select your inside, your outside point, and then where you'd like to center the outside of the radius to lie. Similarly, you can do arcs within the profile. So if you want a shape, we select an arc here, and then go back to another line here. And here you can see we've created, a line with, or a shape with 2 lines and a curve, all within one profile. So I'm actually going to go ahead and clear all these. Selection box, you can click and drag a selection box to select all the parts. And I went ahead to hit delete. I actually didn't want to delete my datum coordinate system, so I'm going to leave that and try to select everything outside of that. So there you can see we had to quick undo, and everything's okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you some quick shapes you can make, actually. So some of the more common ones are going to be your rectangle and your circle shape. So with your rectangle, you can do a few different methods. You can select 2 points, and it'll automatically assume the rectangle is planar. You can do 3 points, so you can do a rectangle offset at an angle. And you can do from center, which does similar to 3 points, allows you to make a rectangle off center. Circles, you could do 3 points as well. Most common, obviously, is going to be your center method, and it'll snap to any point you'd like. So if we want to make one at the origin, we can. You can drag out and select your diameter. You can also type in a diameter. So let's say we want to make a 3 millimeter circle here. It'll automatically dimension that as well, and that snaps to that point, so it will be constrained to that point and move with it. Finally, we have polygons. So you can make complex polygons. So for instance, if you'd like to make like a bolt with a hex feature, you select the number of sides, and you can specify your point, and then it'll drag out a polygon of your selection. So let's say we want to make a 8-sided octagon. We can change it just as easily as that. It's very similar to the circle in execution. So that shows you the basics of sketching. In the next video, we're going to show you constraining. So we can show you some more advanced constraint features that you use to kind of tie your whole sketch together. And further on, we'll start showing some of the modeling features. But before I go here, I'll show you, now we have to hit Finish Sketch. And then if we wanted to save the part, we can now save the part after hitting Finish Sketch. So that exits the sketch task. And here you can see we have our sketch, and we can select it, delete it, modify it as any other modeling feature. Go ahead and save our part. So to go on further into the sketching environment, we'll do another video on constraints. And so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.